Everyone, my name is Emily Johnson. I'm the founder and creative director of Stronger You Senior Fitness, and we have just 12 minutes together to discuss 4 simple additions that can make a big difference in your senior fitness programming. As our population ages, threats like coronavirus emerge, it has never been more important to get as many older adults as possible into your program. Helping older adults to become physically active is the single best way that we can help them stay not only physically, but intellectually healthy. So what is the first program addition? Start with why. Why should I get out of bed in the morning instead of hitting that snooze button? Why should I eat a healthy breakfast instead of just having a cup of coffee? Why should I attend that fitness class that you're offering? We all know that exercising is good for us, but that alone is often not enough to inspire action for most people. So what is the why? What is the reason that is so personal, meaningful, and motivating that is going to get the older adults you work with to make your fitness programming a part of their schedule? That is what you need to find out. So instead of talking about all the benefits that we would normally rattle off when talking about our programming or the features that your program offers, find out what is important to that person. What is their physical activity background? What kind of activities do they enjoy doing? What would becoming physically active help them to achieve? I'm going to paint a picture of a fictional Mrs. Smith for you. Mrs. Smith, let's say, is all about family and friends. She's never really exercised before, but she's lived a pretty active life, running around with her kids and grandkids, going to lunch with her friends, and she used to love to travel. And you're sitting down with Mrs. Smith and she tells you that she's moved into your retirement community because she recently started falling in her home. But she sort of laughs it off, saying that, she's just getting clumsy in her old age. My next question to Mrs. Smith would be, what has been the impact that the falling has had on your lifestyle? And maybe she tells me that as a result of the fall, she started using a walker and she hasn't gone out for lunch as much because this thing is so bulky and it's hard to get in and out of the car. In just a few minute conversation, I have all the reasons why that I need to encourage Mrs. Smith to attend my fitness program. Mrs. Smith, thank you so much for sharing your story with me. I'm sorry to hear that you've been falling lately and that it's affecting your lifestyle. But I'm really excited that you're living with us, and I would like to invite you to join our Stronger You Circus program. I want to help you increase your balance and get you back to doing those things that you love. In this class, we focus on our muscles and our heart and our coordination. And we do those types of exercises that are really going to help you enhance your balance and prevent falls and get you back to lunch with the girls. What do you say? Do you want to join the program? So you can see when I was giving Mrs. Smith the spiel about my program, I really targeted it to her. I didn't just tell her about the features of the program, I told her what would be important for her to be attending the program. So I ask you, do you know the whys of your participants? When you go back to your work after attending this conference, I encourage you to create a list of whys for every single one of your members or residents. My next suggestion, number 2, is the addition of fitness testing. Incorporating fitness testing is a great way to gauge progress on your participants and your program offering. In particular, I really like to use the senior fitness test because it gives me and the participants a really full view of their physical capabilities, including upper and lower body strength, upper and lower body flexibility, agility, and cardiovascular endurance. And these are some of the most important measures for maintaining independence and quality of life. I recommend fitness testing every time you have a new participant who joins your program, and then retesting every about 4 months after that. And fitness testing really becomes a motivator and an indicator of program success for you. Every group that I've ever worked with, whether that's in community recreation or in senior living, they were always so excited and competitive about fitness testing. They wanted to beat their previous score. They wanted to do better than their neighbors. And when they saw that they had improved, it motivated them to keep going. And then for me, it just felt amazing because I knew that I was helping my group to make substantial increases in their fitness. It's also a great way to get more people into your program. By advertising that you offer free fitness testing, sometimes that curiosity alone encourages participants to book an appointment. And then once you have that opportunity to do the fitness test, you also have the opportunity to find out their why. And then once you have their why and you have that black and white data from their fitness test to show them the areas that they can improve, they will be so much more likely to join your program. In addition to the senior fitness test, I also like to sometimes throw in a balance assessment. A really simple one is the 4-stance balance assessment. Balance is so important to older adults today. So many older adults are worried about 2 things, I find. It's their balance and their brain. So if you offer a free balance and fitness assessment, that alone is going to attract new participants into your program. So let's recap. Number 1, we discussed starting with why, and number 2 was fitness testing. The third recommendation is incorporating the dimensions of wellness into your programming. Let's go back to Mrs. Smith. She told me that she loves spending time with family and friends. She's a social person. She's never really been much of an exerciser. So if I'm trying to encourage her to attend my program and I talk about biceps curls and how I'm gonna get her heart pumping and how we're gonna be working really hard, that's gonna totally turn her off. So instead, I need to focus on the social part of the programming. I have to tell her we're gonna have a lot of fun in the class. I would tell her how I want to introduce her to Mrs. Jones, who also loves eating out and trying new restaurants. And when I teach my classes, I need to purposefully create that social experience. And we do this by, showing up early, chatting with the participants, during the class, getting the participants to work together, getting people laughing. So I ensure that I'm checking the boxes on the social dimension. Next, let's talk intellectual. I mentioned that most older adults are concerned with 2 things, their balance and their brain. And the research is showing us that the best thing that we can do for our brains is to be physically active. And just the act of doing something like, as simple as marching or walking is good for our brain. But if we enhance that brain benefit in our programs by incorporating movement combinations and brain challenges, then we're gonna really intentionally have that component. So let me show you what I mean. I want you to follow along with me here. I can't see you, but I'm gonna trust you're doing it. I want you to take your arm down by your side, then take it out to the side, and then bring it down. Bring it to the front, and bring it down. Now biceps curl for me, and then hammer curl. Good, let's do that one more time. I know you can't see my hand when it goes down, that's okay. Take it out to the side, take it to the front, biceps curl, and hammer curl. Now, I want us to do that, but I want us to count backwards from 30 by 3s, okay? Do it with me, here we go. 30, 27, 24, 21. Okay, that's enough. Awesome. I hope you were doing that with me. So that's a way to incorporate that brain challenge. Another way would, let's say we're marching on the spot, we're warming up, we're in a circle, and I love playing the alphabet game. It's a game where we go around the circle, we pick a theme, and we say something according to that theme. So let's say countries. I might say Albania and Brazil and Canada and Denmark, and we go all around the circle, and then maybe we go the other way and we go in reverse, and maybe this time in reverse we say vegetables. So maybe we say zucchini and yams and zygoe, which is actually the real name for a watermelon. So as you can see, we're getting that brain benefit as well as the physical. Next is emotional. There's a couple of ways we can do that. We've already talked about one of them, and that's tying the program back to the personal why. And another way is through music. Research has shown that exercising to music that we enjoy helps us to exercise longer and at higher intensities because we have that emotional connection to the music. How about the spiritual component? Have you tried ending your class with a moment of silence and inviting participants to close their eyes and to set their intentions for the day? You know, maybe name 3 things they're thankful for, or just check in with how they're feeling after your class. And last but not least, we have the purposeful or the vocational dimension of wellness. And again, this can be tied back to that reason why, or the thing that they're working towards. Maybe at the beginning of your week, you want to have everyone share what they're working towards or trying to achieve. Again, vocalizing our goals and sharing them with others is a great way to increase accountability because you've got a whole group supporting you towards them now. And then also giving your participants a job, someone to set up the chair, someone to pour the water, someone to take attendance, someone to pick up that new person at their suite or in the front lobby of your center. So sense of purpose is so key for maintaining a habit. So there you go. That's incorporating the 6 dimensions of wellness, and definitely don't forget to speak to that benefit that most relates to your participants when you're telling them about your program. My last addition for you is gamification. This is the addition of game-like principles to non-game activities. When is the last time you ran a participation promotion? Maybe a fitness passport where they stamp off the classes that they attend to be entered to win a prize. Maybe you have a point or a buck system for attending. Maybe you start a walking challenge. If you make it a game or offer prizes, sometimes you'll have participants who really could care less about the exercise, but will do anything for free stuff. So our 12 minutes is ticking away, so let's end by recapping. Number 1, start with why. Find out what's important to your members or your residents and use that to get them to join or adhere to your program. Number 2 is fitness testing. Find a way to measure both participant and program success and motivate your participants to continue to do the work. Number 3, incorporating those 6 dimensions of wellness. Make it about more than just the fitness. And last but not least, gamification. Create some competition and game-like features. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please send me an email at emily@strongeryouSeniorFitness.com.